Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Well, it's that time of the week again. The delivery services have been busy. Some folks have even stopped by to drop off reels. And we're going to take a look at what those fishing reels are, what may or may not be wrong with them, which ones have come in for service. Do a little bit of a look in terms of what the history of the reel is. And, well, you'll get to see which ones are going to be subjects of upcoming videos. Should you like to learn more about that reel. If you do, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. The channel goes over fishing reel service and repair. It also discusses the fishing reel business, and it also looks at what's hot, what's not, and tackle and the like, as well as some things about how to acquire, repair, and resell fishing reels, if that's what you're interested in doing. Well, let's take a look. There's about 6 or 7 boxes here, so let's get started. The first one was actually dropped off by Gary. Gary brought me a Avet, or an Avet, depending on how you pronounce that, MXL, the L being, I think, the lefty, 5.8 to 1. This is a left-handed spinning reel. It's a narrow frame, lower profile trolling reel. And you can see I'm turning it backwards. Should be going this way, but there's no anti-reverse. Something's gone amiss in here. He's asked me to try and repair that for him. We'll try and do that as a video to show you the anti-reverse system in that reel, how to adjust it or how to repair it, and how to keep that reel fishing for a long time to come. All right, next one comes in from Austin, Texas, from Christopher. Let's see what that brings. He actually sent me in 2 boxes, so I don't know if he forgot to pack something in the first one and then just kind of had an afterthought, put it back in the mail, whatever. Happy to work on them for him. All right, we've got 2 interesting reels here. The first one is an Ambassador, I think. No, it's a Heden. Oh, okay. I haven't done this reel, so this will be the subject of a video for sure. This is a Heden Mark IV, and not sure. Seems like everything's good on it. That's kind of an interesting approach there. I kind of like that. Probably made in Japan. Yes, it's a Japanese-made reel. Kind of interesting that they have the worm gear facing forward on this. You would think as you're reeling along, that's going to get hit with a whole bunch of water. Most of the time when you see the worm drives, they're kind of shielded, right? It's a worm gear shield. It's usually facing down to avoid that water. At any rate, we'll do that one. That is a good old favorite of everybody's. This is a Zebco reel. This is hard for me to see. But this is a made in the US Zebco. And we'll certainly be doing the servicing on that for Chris. And I got to find the other one that he sent in, because he did send in 2 boxes. And we're going to want to work on all of his reels for him. And let's see if we can find that one. Okay, yep, here it is. So again, I don't know if they were afterthoughts or what. Maybe they just didn't have one large box, not sure. They arrived on different days, which was kind of curious. Let's see what it's got in this one now. Looks like we got one. Always fun to try and figure out what you got here. Got a lot of paper towels is what we have. Well, while I'm doing this, if you have any questions on this series of reels, if you'd like to see any of these as videos, then just leave them in the comment section. I will try to answer them for you. All right, after all that out to do, we have a Penn 940 Loveomatic. Very sluggish. No, this is, I'm going to say that this one's going to go under the under the heading of grease choked. It's a beautiful looking reel, but it's very hard to turn. Hardly looks like it's ever been used, so my thought is it's going to be packed with old greases and oils that we're going to have to do our best to clean up. All right. Let's make sure we get that back, get the contact information back in the box on that one, and take a look at what the next one in is. Let's see if we can put this off to the side. The next one comes in from Howard, and I just finished a reel for Howard, and I know what this is. Do you know what it is? It's kind of interesting. Howard, I've done a couple of videos on the reels I've done for Howard in the past. And Howard has sent me a Penn US Senator, and I believe we have the Cortez conversion kit in here. We do. We have the blue Cortez conversion kit, and he's going to ask me to rebuild the side plates for that. Now, I just did a red side plate conversion kit for David, and I also have one of the original conversion kits that I've done for Howard, so we're not going to be doing that video on that one. But if you do have a question about this, then we can certainly go forward with that, and well, show you how to get it done yourself. All right, next up, it comes from Pennsylvania. I think I've done a reel for this person before. Just be careful where it is in Pennsylvania. And let's see what we have. Well, I hope you enjoyed these kinds of videos. If you do, please leave that in the comments section that you'd like to continue to see these types, and I will try to get those done for you. First one up is a Penn Pier. This is the Pier 9, Pierless 9. This is one of the workhorses of the inshore ocean deep lake fishing, and this was the follow-on to the Pier 109. The 109 had a different featured handle. It also had a backspin that when you went to free spool, the handle would turn backwards. This one was the redesign and the later edition of that model. This falls in line with the 209 and the 309, and of course you would think the 109 would have the similar architecture. It does not. It's the Penn Pierless 9 that has the similar architecture to the others. And an old standby, one of the beautiful reels, the ones that everybody likes, the 550 SS, which is skirted spool, which means that the design change meant that the spool was going over the rotor rather than into a rotor cup, which was the earlier design for the Penn reels. And the anti-reverse works, and that's always a good thing, because on some of these, the anti-reverse dog is gone and cannot be replaced. They're no longer available. Okay, we'll get those done. I think I have videos on both of those, so probably not doing a video there. Next one comes up from Fort Mojave in Arizona. I did open the box and thought that I was getting a package of t-shirts or something, but let's see what we do get here. Well, we were just talking about the 109, 209, 309. This is the Penn 209, and the burgundy side plates, or the deep red side plates, they generally indicate that it is a 1970s edition of the reel. The 209 went back a long way, and it was continued. It's still in production today, although they're made in China. This is a beautiful example of the reel. I'm sure it's just in for tune-up, and we'll make sure that we do that for them. Got another burgundy one here. This is the Squitter, the 140 Squitter. And it seems like it needs a little bit of TLC. Yep, it seems like it was dried out. The Squitter has that one screw take-apart system that enables you to remove the side plate for quick lubrication and for clearing any snags or jams. Just needs a little bit of TLC, and that one will be back on the way. And again, I have videos on those in my library as well. So I think you're kind of figuring out that there's a lot of videos in the library. There's over 2,000 videos in there, and many of them cover some of the reels that are more popular and well, around quite a bit. And if you are trying to figure out how to find a video, just go into Second Chance Tackle and then put the model number down that you like, and well, we'll see what we can do. Okay, this is Tim Brown. He's out of Nantucket. He says go over both of these reels for me. Well, we were talking about the skirted spool before. They replaced the spool that goes inside the rotor cup, and this is a Penn Spinfisher 704. It's in beautiful condition. That's a funky color on that handle. I don't know if that's been redone or what might be with that. Unless this is so unused that maybe that's just the way it's aged. But here's the example where the spool goes inside the rotor cup on the early editions of the Penn Spinfishers, and the SS, the skirted spool, went over the top. Why did they make the design change to go over the top? That's because when the water came in, it went into the bowl here. There's no exit point for the water. So the water would either seep into the case or kind of come out slow around the piece here, affecting the burring. Just not the optimal design for shedding water, so they decided they would move the spool to the outside of the cup. And well, it makes a lot of difference. Okay, looks like we have another Spinfisher in here as well. This is probably one of the originals. Yep, this is the original 700. I don't know exactly which version of this it is. The handles generally are a little bit different, as is the way with this. This has the traditional Penn torpedo knob on it. So this one, you can see, has the rubber knob. So I'm going to say probably replacement handle on that one. I'll have to go back and check, or it could be a reissue. This is the 700 version of it. Again, in this case, this is a spool that goes over. Whoa. We got something. We either have a rotor cup that is out of round, or we have a spool. My guess is going to be it's a rotor cup that's out of round. I don't know if I can do anything with that. And here's why I would guess that. We have a chip on the wheel seat. And I think what may have happened is something got in contact and somehow managed to either, maybe it fell and bumped, or maybe it snapped and pulled. I don't know. But a lot of times that cannot be repaired. And we'll just have to give it our best, see what we can do the analysis on it, and we'll take it from where it comes. All right. Well, it's an interesting set of projects this week. I think we'll do the Avet, and we'll see what else is not in the library that we may all benefit from learning about. And we'll do our best to make the videos so that you can share with yourself and your friends the experience of how to service and repair. We'll do that Heden as well. And well, we'll see where it takes us in terms of creating those videos for your use. I hope you've enjoyed the previews. Before I leave, I want to thank our first responders, our police, fire, safety, rescue, everybody involved in keeping us out of harm's way. And I want to thank you for watching, for your comments, for you making the channel what it is. And well, I want to wish everybody a great day. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle.